All right, what we're going to do is jump straight in, but I would love if I could just share a really quick card with you all before we begin today. So if you've worked with me before, you know that I pull a card before every session and just do a really quick energy check. So the card that came through for everybody today was Star Mother. How could you mother yourself a little bit more? And so when we enter this space tonight together as a collective in this workshop, I really want you to go in with the intention of really looking after yourself, right? You're here to explore yourself even further, but I want you to take that one step further and ask yourself why. Why are you here to look after yourself even more? Why are you here to explore the depths of your soul even more? And I want you to go in and enter with this curiosity throughout this workshop. But what we're going to cover today is why we should even explore past lives and why they're important, how to connect and explore your past lives, different ways to heal your past life wounds, and how to activate soul gifts from past lives. And then we're going to finish off with a Q&A. If there's any part uncovered, please feel free to keep your questions till the end. I'd love to answer anything that you have. So for those who don't know me, if this is the first time that you're getting to know me through this workshop, thank you so much for coming here and trusting your gut and just sharing your time and your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. Just a little quick insight about who I am and what I do. Basically, I am an Akashic record reader and trainer. I'm an LP certified. I'm a life coach. I'm a mama. I am so many things. I also work in financial planning part-time, but I'm really, really incredibly passionate about helping others realize their own potential. And what a better way than to explore your past lives, right? And I'm going to get into this so much more throughout this workshop, but I really truly believe that if we can all just start to understand our own potential and our own power just a little bit more, and we start to own that a little bit more, and we start to act on it a little bit more, the world will be such a different place. A couple of reasons why we should explore past lives and just why they're important. They hold the dreams, the hopes, and the fears of our soul. And what I mean by that is, with each and every life that we grow through, there are different perspectives that we take. And through each different perspective, there's new lessons to uncover, there's new gifts being strengthened, and there are new things that we're exploring. And so if we start to understand the journey of our soul and the evolution of our soul through Earth lifetimes, we're starting to get a really good idea of the different things we've strengthened in past lives, the different challenges we've overcome, and we can actually draw on a lot of that experience and help activate that in this life here today. So there are many, many different ways to connect and explore with your past lives, and these are just to name a few. So like I said at the beginning, please don't think that this is limited to just these, and don't think that it's one or the other. Using all of these in different ways can really, really serve you, and even using a mix of them all together. So something that I've done previously for my sister-in-law is a past life regression actually encapsulated inside the Akashic records, which was really, really beautiful because throughout that experience, so a past life regression is where you lead someone through a hypnosis. And in that hypnosis, they're going back into their subconscious memories and they're going back even further, right? And it's a beautiful experience. But when I did this past life regression inside the Akashic records, I felt like that transition was much smoother, and she was actually able to receive a lot of the guidance and a lot of the higher awareness behind past lives. So when you do a past life regression, when you're leading someone through that or you're doing it yourself, you're very much in the moment, in that past life. You're very much going through the journey. And that's why it's really important to have somebody guiding you through this experience, because then you can sit back and reflect and go, oh, okay, that's why that happened. Or perhaps that's why, I've got this thing, happening with my body now, or I've got that fear, or I feel really confident in that area. But when it was encapsulated inside the records, she was able to have that awareness from the get-go. So I thought that was really interesting. Card spreads also can be done by other people. If you've got somebody in your circle who you really trust with reading for you, ask them to explore your past lives. A lot of the time, it's easier to read for somebody else than it is for yourself, right? And so asking one of your friends to do this for you after you've shuffled the cards can be really helpful as well. Brainstorming and creating a portal in which you sit in to explore your past lives with one of your friends is super helpful, and something that I've actually done as well. When you're healing your past life wounds, you're tapping into so much energy, and it really does require a really stable environment to do this in, right? So not only can you heal past life wounds this way, I'm going to go into the activation part in just a little bit, but healing past life wounds, you can do this through past life regression, energy healing, somatic release, Akashic healing, energetic cord cutting, and energetic healing as well. So with the past life regression, this is why a lot of people love the past life regression, because what it does is it calls upon so many different parts of these. When you're able to remember your own past lives and you're able to really tap into that experience of that past life and take a higher perspective on it, you're actually releasing a lot of the energy from that past life that might be holding you back and draining you. But it also helps release anything from this life that you're still holding on to as well. So doing the past life regression, a lot of the time you get a somatic release. So you might cry, you might laugh, you might start to feel shifts within the body. And this is really, really healing for you as a human, but you as a spiritual being as well. So past life regression is a really great one. And like I said at the beginning, sometimes just remembering your past lives is enough to heal them, right? We take away some of that mystery and we start to really understand the depth of our own power. And that is really, really healing. A lot of it also, they're just reminding me, is to do with that intention, right? Remember at the beginning, I said the intention for this collective was, how can we mother ourselves? How can we look after ourselves better? And remembering our past lives is doing that. When we start to really understand all the different aspects of ourselves and really start to understand the depth of our own self, we start to heal. Sometimes it doesn't require anything. It just requires you to remember. Once you really, really get that, it is incredibly liberating, right? When you start to understand just the things that you've been through, the things that you've seen, or the things that you can now do. Tapping into your past lives is incredible, right? And once you start, it's not just the past life memories that are helping you, it's all of the things leading up to it as well. It's that awareness, it's that consciousness, it's that connection. And that's really, really important as well. With the past life regression, that would be a really fun one to do with somebody else and just help them know that you're here to help activate those gifts. And it's very similar to if you've worked with any of the archangels, you're activating their presence within you. And like I said at the beginning, when you're activating certain parts of yourself from a past life, all you're doing is opening that energy portal in a conscious way, right? You're just allowing that energy to come through more freely. You've already got those gifts. All we're doing is allowing that portal of energy to become even stronger, even clearer, even bigger. Because it's really like, I can't tell you that your past lives, they're you still. You've still got all of those gifts. It's just about being aware of them and tuning into them and allowing space for them to bloom and blossom a little bit more. And this is why the healing of the wounds is really important as well, because we can clear out some of the energy and help create some room for that as well. So how was that? I wanted to remind you that it doesn't have to be a big ritual. It doesn't have to be an in-depth card reading. You do have all of those answers within. It's just a matter of whether we're going to be open enough to receiving it and tapping into it and using it. I'd love to know in the chat how you went, if there was anything that came up for you, if that exercise was interesting, if you've ever done something like that before. Morocco and seeing. Oh, I love that. Right?
It's beautiful.
Netherlands, beautiful. Egypt and Moon Priestess. Oh, yeah. Feeling that. That's so beautiful. Switching between India and Rome. So an Indian woman showing up for something. The word guidance came up. Egypt and smile. Oh, beautiful. I love this so, so much. Isn't it beautiful? And what I love about everybody sharing here is that it's so unique to every single one of you, right? So myself with an infill on my chest in Greece. Oh, beautiful. Warm climate, jungle vibes. Tearing me up over here. It's very, very beautiful. I love hearing about these experiences. And like I was saying, it's beautiful being able to share with one another because we start to understand just how unique your particular vision or message was, right? It's so important for you to realize just how unique you are and just the journey that you've been on, right? And a lot of this past life exploration has to do with is trusting that you know the answers, trusting that that was the correct answer, trusting that whatever has come through for you is exactly what you needed to hear. This is the first time that you are connecting with me. I want to come and invite you to work with me a little bit more. I've currently got Akashic Sisterhood Circle, which is my 8-week certified training program to become an Akashic record reader. So much fun. We've got some beautiful Akashic sisters in here tonight. Round 3 will be opening up next year. And then we've also got 8-week Soul Biz Intensive, which is starting up next year. The applications are open for both of those at the moment, which is lots of fun. If any of these are kind of piquing your interest, please come and chat with me. I'd love to just talk about whether we're a good fit or not. I've just opened a couple of one-on-one coaching spaces. I've been taking calls with some really incredible women from all over Australia these past couple of weeks, and I've just really come to understand just even more how many beautiful visions each of you have for this world. And so just understanding the different ways that I can help nurture you through that process of birthing your dreams and being able to serve others in a way that one serves you, but also two creates an impact and really helps shift the planet for a positive way. So I've opened a couple of spaces up for one-on-one coaching. Hi beautiful, thank you so much for watching that quick highlight reel. I tried to jam pack this highlight reel with as much as I possibly could. I hope that you still found some value in this shortened version of the workshop. If you want to explore these topics a little bit more, if you want instant access to the full workshop, then just click the link below. Super easy, and as soon as you sign up, you'll just get full access to the whole replay. It's going to be lots of fun. We even did a really fun exercise in there, and so many of the attendees tapped into their past lives already. It was super fun, and I hope to see you in the full workshop.